Yo, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be going over some of the leaks for Cyberstorm Access. It's that that's coming out soon, specifically for Japan, I believe. But just to go over some of the stuff that's going to be coming out probably later this year. But it's a lot. So before we get into it, I'm gonna ask you guys to go down there and hit that red subscribe button. Shows your support for the channel. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs before the end of the year. Also, hit that bell notification button down below to know when my videos go live, and like the video and comment if you like this kind of content. Me covering stuff that's going to be coming out later on in the year for like global TC, the global version of TCG, and not just the OCG stuff. But yeah, let's get right into it. So we've got a new Chaos Synchro card called Chaos Angel Wings of Chaos, level 10 Dark. Fiend Synchro effect, one tuner and one non-tuner light and or dark monster. For this card Synchro Summon, you can treat one light or dark monster you control as a tuner. If this card is special summoned, you can target one card on the field, banish it. This card gains the following effects based on the original attributes of the Synchro summoned or Synchro materials. Light, Synchro monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's activated monster effects, and dark, your monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. This card's pretty good. I think this card is actually really good. Chaos has always been like a really big thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Some of the most popular formats, Chaos is like it runs rampant. But a new Synchro guy that has protection for your creatures and like just overall protection on a big body, 35 and 28. Not bad. The fact that you turn your light and or dark monster into a tuner is great. Doesn't require you to run specific tuners for the deck. Really good. So next, what tab we're on. Oh, I started pretty late in the tab, so hold on, let me access. Start at the beginning. We have 5 new cards: Bestial, Branded, and Ice Jade. So we have the Bestial Aluber, level 4 Dark Dragon Tuner effect monster. You can only use the second effect of this card once per turn. Its first effect is this card's name becomes Fallen of Albaz while on the field or in the graveyard. And then, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can discard one card and then target one dragon monster your opponent controls or in their graveyard. Send this card to the graveyard. If you do, gain control of that target on the field until the end phase, or special summon that target from the graveyard to your field. Pretty specific. Requires your opponent to be playing dragons, so I don't know. It'll probably see play. I don't know what's going on with the meta right now. I know it's a lot of Ishizu tier, and I guess for Bestials, yeah, this would actually be really good for Bestials, because everybody's running them in their decks, in their side decks at least. So I actually think this card is pretty damn good. Next we have Fallen of Argyros. First of all, it looks like a bunch of the sprite stuff. Level 2 Dark Thunder effect. Oh, it's a Thunder and it's an effect monster. You only use the third effect of this card once per turn. First effect, if a level /rank/link 2 monsters on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand to either side of the field. You can only special summon one branded Argyros once per turn this way. Second effect, a link monster that points to this card cannot activate its effects. Okay. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target one Xyz monster on your field, detach up to 2 material. This is probably really good. I don't know too much about the sprite stuff, nor do I know how like effective like target Xyz monster detaching 2 materials from it would be. I guess it would be good to like go through a totally awesome cards, get rid of its materials. Even like a Zeus getting rid of 2 of its materials is pretty good. I'm gonna give that an A. I think that's pretty good. We've got Ice Shade, Agarin Ron. I know nothing about the Ice Shade archetype, so this is gonna be like just a blurb of text to me. Level 7 Water, Aqua Tuner effect. You can only use the first effect of this card once per turn. First effect, you can discard one other Ice Shade card or water monster, specifically, or special summon this card from your hand. Then you can special summon one Ice Shade token, which is an Aqua Water level 3 attack and defense or 0. While that token is in the monster zone, the player who summoned it cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except the water. So, I mean, all Ice Shades are water, right? I guess that's not horrible. Oh, this card. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. While this card is equipped with an equipped card, its name becomes Ice Shade Sino Inyan Cradle. I don't know what any of that means, so... Like I said, don't know much about the Ice Shade archetype, so... Big blurb for me. Got big defense. Big defense. We've got Guiding Quem the Virtuous. Level 4 light, spellcaster tuner effect. This card is always treated as a Dogmatica and Despia card. You can only use each of the 1 and 2 effects of this card once per turn. Effect 1, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can send one Fallen of Albaz or one card that mentions it from your deck to the graveyard. Okay, that's good. If a card or cards leaves either extra deck, you can target one Fallen of Albaz or one monster that mentions in the graveyard except Guiding Quem the Virtuous, special summon it. So that's really good actually. That's pretty good. Then we have Branded Entombed. It's a continuous trap. You can only use the first effect of this card once per turn. First effect during either turn. You can quick effect. Immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using materials you control, including a dragon monster. Then while you control Bestial monster, your opponent's monsters that would be sent to the graveyard when they are attributed for a ritual summon or used as material for fusion, synchro, or link summoned are banished instead. That just seems very strong. That seems really strong. Those are pretty good. Next, we have Bestial Death Pater, a level 10 dark tuner, or synchro monster. 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner dragon monster. You can only use each of the first and second effect of this turn once, or card of this card once per turn. First effect, you can target one banished light or dark monster, special summon it to your field. Pretty good. If you're playing Chaos, that's actually really good. Or anything that runs light and dark attributed monsters. Specifically, like, branded, I guess. I'm thinking about this in a Chaos way, because that first card I read. It's just good for the branded deck. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can target one banished card, shuffle it into the deck. Then if you shuffled your card, show it out opponent's monster. Otherwise, if you shuffled the opponent's card, negate that effect. So, you get a negate. If you're shuffling, if you're in the mirror match, you can shuffle one of their things in, negate. But if you shuffle one of your cards, you can just destroy it. That's pretty good. Actually, that's a cool boss monster. Next, we have Boundless Banana World. Normal trap if you control Vicious Astoud, the fusion monster. Target one card on the field, destroy it. Then if the destroyed card's original name was Vicious Astoud, you can special summon one of your banished Vicious Starfrost, otherwise Vicious Stroud, wasn't destroyed. You can make one Vicious Astoud you control, gain 1500 attack. I don't know what either of these cards are, but that seems pretty alright. We're just gonna say that's alright. We have a new Albaz card. We have Albion, the True Flame Dragon. Level 8 Dragon Fusion effect monster. Requires a Fallen of Albaz plus a light spellcaster monster. Oh my goodness. So, I guess Ecclesia, right? She's a spellcaster, right? Cannot be used as fusion material, so you can't fuse this on. You can only use each of the second and third effects of this card once per turn. Effect 1 cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects, so that's good. Innate protection. Number 2, during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target 2 monsters in the graveyard, special summon them to your field, and the other to your opponent's field. So, best case scenario, I don't know if you'd want to give them a tuner, but best case scenario, you could throw in, like, give them, like, an Ash Blossom or one of your, like, hand trap cards, I guess. And then you can grab, like, your Fall of Albaz back to the field. And then effect 3, if this card is in the graveyard, you contribute 4 monster for both players' extra monster zones. What? Extra monster zone? What does that even mean? Oh, from the extra monster zone, center monster zone. So the 2 extra zones and then the 2 center, right? 2 center and then the extras on each side. Weird. That's very strange. And if you do special summon this card. Kind of like getting people to like think about there's like summoning zones again, I guess. Not that we were ever stopping with infinite impermanence. But all right, another Despia card. We've got Despia Lerwalis, level 12 light spellcaster synchro effect monster, 1 level 4 tuner, and 1 plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. You can only use the second effect of this card once per turn. Once per turn, if a card leaves the extra deck, you can make all monsters you control gain 500 attack. Then you can negate the effects of 1 face-up card on the field. That seems alright. Once per turn, if a card or cards leaves the extra deck, you can make all monsters you control gain 500 attack. Then you can negate the effects of 1 face-up card on the field until the end of turn. That seems really good, actually. Because this just becomes a 3K. You get to negate whatever monster they fusion summoned, or synchro, or XE, or link summoned, which is pretty good. And then during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can special summon one light spellcaster monster whose attack equals its defense from your hand or deck. That seems pretty good. I'm pretty sure there's plenty in the Despia deck and branded decks that run cards that have the same attack and defense. That seems alright. Now we have a new Virtual World card. We have Virtual World Tiger Fufu. Rank 9 Earth Worm Xyz effect monster. Takes 2 level 9 monsters. First effect is this card gains the following effects based on the number of Virtual Gate cards you control. 2 or more, this card can attack directly. 4 or more, unaffected by the activated effects of non-Virtual World cards. That seems really good. And then its second effect is once per turn, quick effect, you can target 1 effect monster you control and 1 other monster on the field with a different type and attribute. Negate their effects until the end of turn. Seems pretty alright. I've never played Virtual World, but that seems pretty good for Virtual World. New card, first 2023 reveal. We have Rabbit Ear Instructor. Level 1 Earth Beast Warrior effect monster. It says once per chain, when a monster on the field activates its effect, except Rabbit Ear Instructor, place 1 Rabbit Ear counter on it. Monsters with Rabbit Ear counters on them cannot be destroyed by battle. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target 1 monster with a Rabbit Ear counter on it, banish this card and the target until the standby phase of the next turn. So, protects from battle with counters, and then also can basically, Time Thief Redoer it and cards, it and one other card with a rabbit ear counter on it. That's pretty good. That seems really strong. We have Time Ripping Morganite. I think people were talking about this quite a bit. This is like the new card that people are like are going to be running in Fluanderies and possibly Gemini strategies if Gemini makes a comeback. Normal spell, 1 for the rest of this duel. Apply the following effects. You cannot activate monster effects from your hand, so no spell traps or traps, hand traps. During your draw phase, draw 2 cards for your turn draw, which is pretty good. Pretty good, I say, massively good. And then you can normal summon up to 2 times per turn, which is amazing for Fluanderies and Gemini being able to Gemini summon something immediately. And then second effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then discard 1 Time Ripping Morganite. The rest of the turn, your opponent cannot activate monster effects when you normal summon. That's some pretty alright protection if you're running this card at 3, which I imagine in Fluanderies you'll probably be running it at 3. It's basically your 3rd map. So this seems really good. It'll probably only really see play in Fluanderies just because activated effects of hand is not being able to do that is pretty big. And a lot of decks rely on that. Alright. Next, we have a new B-Trooper card, B-Trooper Cruel Saturn. So they're going off of planet idea, like their stuff is planet related. Level 5 Dark Insect Fusion effect monster, 1 B-Trooper monster and 1 insect monster. You can only use each of the 1 and 3rd effects of this card once per turn. First effect of this card is special summon. You can add 1 B-Trooper card from your deck to your hand. Alright, good. It's a shooter. You cannot special summon monsters except insect monsters. This is a restriction, but it's not horrible because B-Troopers, all they run is insects. And then number 3, if an insect monster is banished face up, you can target one of your banished B-Trooper monsters, special summon it. That's super strong. That's amazing. This is the support B-Trooper needed, I think, to make it much better. It's still just a small fusion monster, but odds are you're probably gonna be running multiple. You're probably gonna have 3 of these in your extra deck, honestly, like 2 to 3. Next, this is just a Libromancer. Oh, it's just the art for the Libromancer origin card. I don't know if that's in here. For reveal, we have Shopping on the 2nd, a trap. Normal trap, excavate the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck. You can choose one of them, then declare any number in multiples of 100 up to 3,000. Your opponent can choose to gain that much life points. If they do, you lose the same amount of life points and add the chosen card to your hand. Also, place the remaining cards on top of the deck in the same order. Otherwise, if they did not gain life points, place all revealed cards on top of the deck in the same order. So it's basically you wager your life points and them gaining those life points to take a card from their top 5. Seems pretty okay. I don't think it's going to see any play, honestly. Like, it might see some niche play, like, but I don't think this is going to be, like, a deciding card, like, in the slightest for anything, really, unless you're in a mirror match. You might put it in your side deck for mirror matches, specifically, because you know they're running cards that you could possibly not have in your opening hand, but there's no guarantee that they're going to take the wager anyway, so it could just be a dead card in your hand on their turn, or on your field in their turn, so I'm gonna give this one a C. I know we haven't really given letter grades for things, but this one's like a middling card for me. New Sword Soul, Tri-brigade, and Branding cards. To start, we have Sword Soul Reawakening, normal spell. You can only use the first and second effect of this card once per turn. If you control a Synchro monster, target 1 card on the field or in either graveyard, banish it. Okay. And then, if your opponent controls a Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link monster, you can banish 1 Synchro monster from your graveyard, add this card from your graveyard to your hand. So you can recur it to continuously banish cards from your opponent's side of the field. Or in their graveyard, if they've got, like, stuff that you don't want coming back. Like, the bad example, but this is like a non-quick effect version with a couple extra steps of called by to get rid of some, like, get rid of um I don't know, Phoenix Enforcer, I guess. We have Tri-brigade Roar. It's a quick play spell. You can only activate this card once per turn. If you control a Link monster, send one Tri-brigade card from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard, then target one effect monster on the field. Apply the following effects depending on the card type that was sent to the graveyard. You send a monster, the target's attack becomes 0 until the end of turn. Spell, negate the target's effect until the end of turn, or trap, return the target's hand. This seems alright. This seems good, actually. This seems really good for Tri-brigade. We have Branded Brilliant Ruler. Normal trap. You can only use the one of the 1 and 2 effects of the card per turn. Choose one fusion monster you control that mentions Fallen of Abaz as material, and if you do, negate the effects of all other face-up cards currently on the field until the end of turn. And then during the end phase, if a fusion monster was sent to your graveyard this turn, you can add this card from your graveyard to your. Seems interesting. I don't know if this will make the cut in any of the decks. Maybe in the side deck, but I doubt it. Doesn't seem like too game changing for Branded, so new Suship card, Gunkan Suship Nigiri recommended menu. Continue spell once per turn. You can reveal one Gunkan Suship Shari in your hand. Place one counter on this card. Also reveal one Gunkan Xyz monster from your extra deck. If you do, your opponent declares a name of a Gunkan monster. Mention the Gunkan Xyz monster, except Gunkan Suship Shari. Then you can add the declared card from your deck to your hand. Otherwise, if you did not add it, shuffle this card into the deck. So this is just a tutor. It's just another way to get a Gunkan monster out of your deck while you control Shari, or while you have a Shari in hand. I think that also includes Shari Red. I'm pretty sure it's Shari while in hand as well. And then, if this card is destroyed by your opponent pays 500 life points for each counter that was on this card. That seems really good. This seems actually very like borderline amazing for Gunkan. Just another way to search some of your other Gunkan cards is music to my ears, dude. I love the Suship stuff. A new Call of the Haunted, double hooking, continuous trap. You can only activate this card once per turn. Activate this card by discarding one card, and then target 2 monsters in your graveyard. Special summon them. When either monster leaves the battle or leaves the field, destroy this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy those monsters. Yeah, it's just a double version of Call by the Grave, or Call of the Haunted, not Call by the Grave. That seems alright. I could see people running this. I could see people specifically running this in like extra deck spam, like spamming out like a fusion or a synchro deck, and like synchro summoning into something that can go into 2, like if you have 2 cards that when synchro summon could go into multiple things, summoning that synchro monster, activating this, say you said it the turn before, activating this, bringing those 2 back, using them again to synchro summon. That seems pretty good. I don't know. I just opened a bunch of links. New fusion card. We've got fusion duplication, normal trap. You can only activate this card once per turn. Target 1 polymerization normal or quick play spell, or 1 fusion normal or quick play spell in either graveyard. Banish it, then apply its activated effects. That seems absolutely busted. That seems ungodly busted, dude. Like, there's normal polymerization. Nobody's really doing that. Super poly, instant fusion, branded fusion. Like, this seems amazing. Oh my god. People are gonna be. This is gonna be in like everybody's side deck. This might just make main deck for a lot of fusion strategies. That's amazing. We have a new V jump card, super heavy samurai card. There's more stuff from that other set, but we're gonna go. Level 4 Earth Machine Effect Monster. You can only use the effect of the first and second effects of this card once per turn. You can only use each of the first and second effects of the card once per turn. This card's normal or special summon. You can add one face-up machine pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. If you have no spell/traps in your graveyard, you can tribute this card, special summon Earth Machine monster with 1500 defense or less from your hand or graveyard, except Super Heavy Samurai Constable. Oh, his name's Super Heavy Samurai Constable, by the way. I don't know how many people are really playing Super Heavy Sams. This seems alright for them, I guess, but it's just like a meh card overall. We have the new dual avatar card, Dual Avatar Lionseon. It's a level 4 light warrior fusion effect monster. Requires 2 dual avatar monsters. This card gains the following effects depending on the original names of its fusion materials. If you use a dual avatar empowered Kongyo, during damage calculation only, your dual avatar monster's attack becomes 3,000. So all of your dual avatars would be 3,000. And then if you use dual avatar empowered Mitsujaku, during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target one card on the field, banish it. That seems great. And then its second effect, if this fusion card is destroyed, you can special summon one dual avatar Fist Yui and one dual avatar Okoku from your deck. Also, they cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. That seems amazing. This seems like a very good fusion card for like that deck specifically, I guess. We have SForce Night Chaser. Link 1 Dark Monster, Cyburst Link effect. Requires 1 non-link SForce monster. You only use the second effect of this card once per turn. While your opponent's monsters are in the same column as your SForce monsters, those opponent's monsters cannot declare attacks on monsters that are in their column. During either main phase, quick effect, you can target one SForce monster you control, shuffle it into the deck, and then special summon one of your banishes. I mean, it's a Link 1, so it's generically just amazing in its deck. I imagine this is going to be very good. And then the final card is a new Trap Trick card. Trap Track. I don't know if it's Trap Trick specifically, but you can search with Trap Tricks, obviously. Yeah, Trap Trick alternative. You can only activate normal trap. You can only activate this card once per turn. Target one monster you control, destroy it. If you do, set one normal trap directly from your deck, except Trap Track. It can be activated this turn. You can only activate one trap card for the rest of the turn after. That seems alright, being able to just like or something. I don't know why you would want to destroy your own. Unless you have monsters that specifically do better when they're in the grave. So I'm not entirely sure. But those are the leaks for Cyberstorm Access, as well as that V-Jump card. Don't know why I clicked on that. I kind of just opened a bunch of tabs, the stuff that I wanted to cover for this video. If you guys like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button down below to know when my videos go live, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.